Welcome to Savitribai Phule Shikshan Prasarak Mandal, Renuka Junior College. Myself Utikar R.A. I am the staff of Standard 12th, Subject Biology. Today we are going to start the lecture number 12 about the second topic, that is topic number 2, reproduction in lower and higher animals. In this section, we are going to take a look at asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Before starts, we have to cover up the points related to asexual method of reproduction. So we know that reproduction is one of the major life process of any living organisms. It helps in maintaining the continuity of the species. So reproduction play a very vital role for the continuation of the species, because if reproduction process will be not there, then our life gets stopped at ourselves. No any other generations or other progenies will be there. So next point. Reproduction is defined as the biological process of formation of new life forms from pre-existing similar life. So this is the definition about the reproduction. So reproduction is defined as the biological process of formation of new life forms from pre-existing similar life. This means that from cat, kitten will be there. From dog, puppy will be there. From humans, humans will be there. So there is a similarity of the species from the pre-existing similar life. We are somehow similar to our parents. Therefore, the definition says that life comes from the pre-existing similar life. It thus becomes a vital process which enables the species to survive over a long period. Even though the individuals or organisms live naturally for a limited period of time, that is their lifespan. In this section, we will learn about the various methods of reproduction in animals, the human reproductive system, gametogenesis, fertilization, early embryology, parturition, and reproductive health. So all these points we are going to cover in this topic. So topic 2 is very lengthy topic. Today we are going to start the asexual reproduction in animals. So let's see. As the name suggests, asexual reproduction means without the fusion of gametes. So it is a common method along lower animals. It does not involve meiosis nor the gamete formation and fusion. Means here mitosis process will be there, and whatever cells are going to be participants that are not gametic cells, means they are vegetative cells. The formation of progeny is by a single parent only and does not involve both the sexes, so it is called asexual reproduction. The progeny or daughter cells are genetically identical to the single parent and are also referred as to clones. The lower animals reproduce asexually by gemule formation and budding. So here in asexual reproduction, there are two methods for your syllabus, that is gemule formation and budding. So let's see number 1, that is a gemule formation. Gemule is an internal bud formed only in sponges. It has asexually produced mass or aggregations of dormant cells, the archaeocytes capable of developing into a new organism. So gemule formation is only happens in the sponges, that is a lower class animals, and in gemule formation there is an aggregation of a cell, particular cell. That particular cell are said to be the dormant cell, that are archaeocytes which have a ability to develop the new organism. Next point, the archaeocytes get coated by a thick resistant layer of a secretion by amoebocytes. The gemule is formed to overcome unfavorable conditions. Means what? In unfavorable conditions, the archaeocytes creates a thick covering on itself, and due to which the internal portion get protected, and whenever favorable conditions will be there, then that thick coverings get ruptured out, and in that way the reproduction process get carried out. Next point, on return to favorable conditions of water and temperature, the gemule hatch and develops into a new individual. Examples are the spongilla. So this is the diagram of gemule, where there are micropyle end. there are some spine-like structures not set for the protection purpose. They are called as a monaxon spicules. Then there is a inner membrane. Inner membrane contain archaeocytes, and that archaeocytes have ability to produce the new organism. And there is outer membrane. That outer membrane is a thick one for the protection purpose and has a spine-like structures. That spine-like structure is also said to be monaxon spicules. So second point related to asexual method of reproduction is budding. So let's see the budding. It is a simple method of asexual reproduction normally occurring in favorable conditions. So in gemule formation we studied that gemule get created in unfavorable conditions, but in budding process it occurs only in favorable conditions. So next point, it is seen in a variety of animals like coelentrates. Examples are hydra and corals, and in some colonial accidents. In hydra, a small outgrowth is provided towards the basal end of the body. So see the diagram. In diagram contain one outgrowth. That outgrowth is said to be the bud. That bud starts to develops and it converts into fully matured bud. That fully matured bud is just like the parent animal, and that when the bud get detaches from the parental body, then the young hydra gets separated and live independently. In that way the budding process is carried out. The next point of today's lecture is the sexual reproduction in animals. So it is a process which involves the production of offsprings by the formation and fusion of gametes. So in a sexual method of reproduction we studied that there is a formation of clones, and in sexual reproduction we are concerning about the production of offspring. So what is the main difference between them? Whenever asexual reproduction will be there, then 100% identical new life will be created. So that 100% identical new life is said to be the clones, and in sexual reproduction there is a variation, and due to which there is an evolution. The new life is not exactly similar to their parent, it is somehow similar to their parent, therefore they called it as a word offsprings. So whenever a sexual reproduction will be there, clone word is important, and whenever sexual reproduction will be there, offspring word is important. So it is the process which involves the production of offsprings by the formation and fusion of gametes. It is also called amphimixis. So another name for sexual reproduction method is amphimixis. In animals, gamete formation primarily involves meiosis. So in exam they can be asked you about write a short note on amphimixis. Here you have to explain the sexual reproduction in animals. So let's see. The sexually reproducing animals shows two main phases in their lifetime. The earlier juvenile phase mainly represents physical growth phase starting from birth. The animals cannot reproduce sexually in this phase. So our life is dividing into two phases. The first phase is a juvenile phase and second phase is a reproductive maturity phase. What happens in juvenile phase? Only physical growth will be there, and there is no any reproduction or sexual process will be there. So the physical growth of our body is included in a phase said to be a juvenile phase. So what happens in reproductive maturity phase? Let's see. The latter reproductive maturity phase is attained usually after physical growth is almost over. So when physical growth is almost over, then the second phase will be started in our life. It involves growth and activity of the sex organs. The animals can be reproduced sexually in this phase. Both these periods, that is phases, are of variable durations in different animals. So every animal have a different juvenile phase and different reproductive phase. After attaining sexual maturity, the animal exhibit various events, namely pre-fertilization, fertilization and post-fertilization events. Now what happens in pre-fertilization? There is a gametogenesis and gamete transfer. In fertilization there is a fusion of male and female gametes, and in post-fertilization there are various events that we are going to study in later on. The sexually reproducing animals shows various breeding patterns. Some like the goat, sheep and donkey are seasonal breeders, while humans and apes are continuous breeders. They can breed throughout the years. So there are two types of breeders, means animals, depending on the reproduction process. The animals which do the seasonal reproduction process, they are said to be the seasonal breeders. Examples are the goat, sheep and donkey. And some animals do the reproduction process throughout the year. They are said to be the continuous breeders. Examples are humans and apes. Apes includes chimpanzee. So thank you. In next lecture we are going to concern about the male reproduction system. Thanks.